Ladies and gentlemen, this is a part 2 to a video that we made 4 years ago breaking down what actually led up to Claudia Banton deleting Delia Johnson. Now in that video, Matter of Opinion was in its infancy stage, so we kind of butchered that story on the delivery. I mean, the comments were savage, but I had some of the details wrong at the time. But in this part 2 video, we're gonna break down all the details that actually led up to the deletion of Delia Johnson. So Delia Johnson and Claudia Banton, they were actually friends. They grew up together. As you saw, the family knew her. Everybody knew that they were friends. Now, Claudia Banton, she was a blood and she had a checkered past. I mean, the woman did time. I think she did like 7 years for forgery or something like that, but she definitely had a checkered past. Now, as far as Delia Johnson goes, she was having issues with Claudia Banton's boyfriend slash baby father or baby daddy, however you want to call it. Now, as far as Delia Johnson, I don't know if she was running the street life like Claudia Banton, but somewhere there was a misunderstanding with the boyfriend, so that's where all the drama started from. Delia Johnson, with having beef with Claudia Banton's boyfriend, put a hit out on the boyfriend. Just so happened the time that the hit was going down, Claudia Banton's daughter was with the father slash boyfriend. The end result, the daughter wound up getting shot and was left in critical condition. She was in the hospital for about a week, and eventually Claudia Banton had to pull the plug on her daughter. Now, the date that she pulled the plug on her daughter was the same date that she did the execution of Delia Johnson. See, that day, Delia Johnson was at a friend's funeral and decided to go home after the funeral. When everybody in their circle knew that Claudia Banton had to pull the plug on her daughter, they all leaned on the side of Claudia Banton and decided, we're gonna set up Delia Johnson so that you can confront her, and whatever happens, happens at that point. So they called up Delia Johnson, and that's when it was reported where Delia Johnson's brother said she got a phone call saying, hey, come to the spot, whatever, let's get together. Delia Johnson decides to go meet up with everybody on Franklin Ave, where the crime actually happened. Once Delia Johnson got there, that's when they notified Claudia Banton, hey, Delia's at the spot. Next thing you know, Claudia Banton pulls up, walks up with the ratchet behind her back, calmly walks up to Delia Johnson, without even Delia Johnson noticing that her presence was there, deleted her and calmly walked back to her vehicle and drove away. Now, the crazy thing about it is that Claudia Banton actually got pulled over minutes after she did the deletion. But the officer that pulled her over, she was told that she was actually looking for a male suspect. So she wound up letting Claudia Banton go. It wasn't until 3 months later on November 8th that the U.S. Marshals tracked her down in Jacksonville, Florida, and then expedited her back to New York. Fast forward to now, she's guilty of all charges. Now, the second question people might be asking is, why did the family not come forward and, give this information? Why didn't Claudia Banton go to the police and report what happened to her daughter? Well, when you live that street life, unfortunately, the code of the street is never run to the law. Why? Because you don't trust the law. You think the law is always out to get you. And as far as the family goes, them giving out this information could kind of dampen their case a little bit, because that could make the jury feel sympathy for Claudia Banton, who just lost her daughter. That could possibly give her a way of temporary insanity for losing her daughter. So who knows? But when you live that street life, the code of the street, as I said, is never run to the law. So they are not gonna give the information to the police, because usually things get taken care of in the streets, as we saw. Street justice. Now, I know some may agree with it, some may disagree with it, but hey, that's the rules of the games when it comes to the street game. Now, as far as me personally, I intentions were. Do I agree with it?